Hey guys, today I am sharing several things that I wish I had done sooner in our homeschool. Looking back over the past several years of our homeschool journey, there are just some things that I found out later on, and I wish I had incorporated those earlier into our homeschool. The first one being, I wish I had invested in a good writing curriculum. Now, we use Sunlight for language arts and literature, and it does have a writing component to it, but it's not as structured as it probably should have been for my kids. I'm naturally good at writing, but I don't know how to teach it to my children. So I kind of have been fumbling my way over the past decade, teaching them how to write. And my son has picked up writing pretty well, and he does great at it. He just kind of has that natural bent towards writing, but my daughter has really needed a lot more step-by-step, concrete, specific instruction in writing. So I wish that I had just gotten a specific writing curriculum earlier on, like Essentials in Writing or IEW, or one of those curriculums, because I think it would have really helped both of my kids have that very strong foundation of writing sentences, how to construct paragraphs, using the good constructed sentences. And so I feel like we've kind of, struggled our way through writing for the past 10 years. And I have come to the realization that my daughter at this point has, been lacking that good, strong writing foundation. And so we are going to change things up in the new year. I am going to go with Essentials in Writing. It looks like a great writing program, and it really focuses on the basics, which I feel like have been missing in our homeschool. So I am really excited about switching things up for 2026. The second thing that I wish I had done earlier in our homeschool is not try to replicate school at home. I am a huge box checker, and I like to make sure that my kids are following all of the things that they have on their schedules, and do their subjects right away and start at a specific time, and go through those subjects one after another until they're complete, and not joke around with each other. And every time that I heard my kids talking, joking around with each other during the day, I would step in and say, hey, you know what, you should really be getting your work done. And what I did not realize is that they were still learning, and that it was a good thing for them to talk to each other, because it just relieved some of that, that stress that they had. If they were stressed out about math or another subject that was challenging, just gave their minds a break, and it built bonds between them. So I wish that I had been more relaxed and not so strict about, we have to start at this time, and you have to, do everything that's in the notes or the lesson plans. So I learned that our homeschool does not have to look like a regular public school or private school day, where you start at 8 and you end at 3, and you just go from one subject to the next in a row. I've been more flexible, and that flexibility has really been a great thing for our homeschool, for our relationships, the parent-child relationship. So I just wish I had done that sooner. Another thing I wish I had done sooner in our homeschool was outsource more subjects. As homeschool moms, we always think we have to do it all. And I thought that it was weakness, or I wasn't doing my duty as a homeschool mom and parent and teacher if I outsourced some of the subjects that I'm not as strong in. And there have been times when I struggled teaching my children math and science. There were times when I found lessons hard to follow. I found the answers in the back of the book not to be as comprehensible. And so I tried to figure out, how the curriculum got a certain answer, and then translate that to my children. And I ended up confusing them. And it just would have been better for me to find someone who is just really strong in those subjects, like algebra, for instance, and could really teach my kids those subjects in ways that made the most sense for them. And I slowly started to realize that as a homeschool mom, I don't have to do it all. I am responsible for finding the best sources to teach my children, no matter what that looks like. So I thought, I want to be as involved as possible. I have to do everything. I have to grade everything. And that just becomes overwhelming after a while. So learn from my mistakes. So one mistake that I've made is just going, homeschooling for a couple months at a time without really having the plan or the foresight to take a break at specific times. I knew that we were going to take a break around Thanksgiving and Christmas. We'd take a spring break, but I would not be intentional about building those other breaks during the year. And so we would go for, I think, 3 months at a time, and then we would be burning out, and we would get crabby with each other. And then I would realize, hey, wait a minute, maybe we should have taken a break a while back. If I had been more intentional about planning those breaks and putting them into the schedule and making sure that they were on the calendar and they happened, we wouldn't have gotten as, frazzled. I definitely would not have gotten as frazzled as I had over the years. And built-in breaks really just give us an opportunity to, explore more of a particular lesson or a subject that my kids are really interested in, or a topic that they really are excited about. It just allows for more flexibility in our schedule. And so there were missed opportunities to, go on field trips or just, watch movies about a particular topic, and just really, focus on a particular subject that they were interested in, because I was focused on the schedule. And we have to do that day's assignment, and we can't, think outside the box. But like I said, I have realized that I needed to be more relaxed in our homeschool. And so I have tried to add in more breaks throughout the year, and that has been very helpful. And finally, I wish that I had used technology earlier. When we first started homeschooling, I was not sure that I wanted my kids to use screens very often. I saw the negative trend of screen time 10 years ago when we first started, and I just didn't want that to be the focus of our homeschool and take up so much of my kids' time and education. But I started realizing that screens, when used in certain ways, when you're intentional with them, can actually be a huge boost in education and academics. So we have incorporated iPads and YouTube, different apps like GoodNotes and Pages, and those have been a game changer in our homeschool. Those have helped my kids to not only learn, but they have also streamlined our homeschool. It's helped so much with organization and grading. It's allowed my kids to be so much more independent. They keep track of their schedules and their assignments digitally, and they can send me their assignments each day through file sharing, through the apps that we use. And so it also reduces the amount of paper that we have to use each week and keep track of. So that has been a huge help. And I was not open to technology earlier on, but I'm so glad that we started incorporating some tech into our homeschool. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe for more homeschool tips and ideas, and I'll see you guys in the next one.